Me and Adam were talking about Daniel Dubois and the way in which he dispatched AJ. Did that surprise you at all?
You know what? It didn't surprise me that he beat him. What surprised me was the fashion he did it, and I know early he did it. It didn't surprise me because Daniel was obviously, he's got class and he's young. He's got similar physique to AJ. He's got similar punch power, and AJ seems to be very good and very bad. He's never really in the middle. He's either very good or he's very bad. And in my personal opinions, you know, obviously, last 2 years it seems to be a bit. He's there and he's not there. He's there and he's not there. Not to say anything negative about the guy. He's achieved so much and done so much for the game, you know. But he just seems to be a bit like, I don't know what it is, you know. Obviously, I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but I don't know what it is. It seems to be. He's there. He's not there. It's like,
what mentally do you mean, or?
It's hard to say, man. He's a weird one. I've always said AJ is a weird one. You can never understand what he's gonna do, and he just. If you look at the fight, the boy is in the fight, he's bouncing around, he's paced up, and AJ's just standing there, spaced out like this, just staring for like 5 minutes. He just seems like he wasn't there. And then the fight starts, he's moving on with his hands down, he's getting clocked with right hands, he's not defending them, he's sort of jabbing and retreating, he's not being offensive with nothing. Even though he showed incredibly hard in the fight from all knockdowns he did, but I was just surprised, you know, Daniel Dubois did a great job.
And those are the words of Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte. And he goes on about AJ, calling him weird, saying that he wasn't there, saying he was there with his hands down. Calling him a weirdo. He doesn't know what he was doing. It was like he wasn't there. I do think, though, to counterpunch Dillian Whyte in his assessment thus far, because we have more to listen to, I think it appeared that way because Anthony Joshua just wasn't on the same speed. He was not in the same gear as Daniel Dubois. He was not. That dude, Danny Dubois, came in in the 8th gear. Joshua came in at a 2 or a 3. Okay. Now, keep that in mind, a 2 or a 3 compared to somebody in the 8th gear. Yeah, it does seem like he's standing still, right? And I'm talking about out of 10 people. So, yeah, Danny Dubois came in there, bop, 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 bop. I mean, he came in there with a strategic approach. Very aggressive, but then very moderate as well. Because, I mean, he didn't just go... He went at AJ, but he went at AJ with precision, okay? And he just did what he did. He just went in there and took it to AJ, and AJ just didn't know what to do, you know? So I think that's what that was more about, because you're looking at Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, of course, you know, and they were just on 2 different speeds. So it would appear like that. But I do agree with Dillian Whyte. Like, he's either very good or very bad. I never heard anyone put that together like that. So shout out to Dillian Whyte. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Had a good game plan. Stick it on him, obviously, and just keep pressing him, you know. And I think that's always been the way to beat AJ, is to press him.
Can I ask you a tough question, Dillian? Because it didn't go right for you at Wembley with that sort of crowd against Tyson Fury. So what happened that night? And can you compare it? You were just talking about Joshua, who just didn't seem to be there. For me, having followed your career all the way through, you didn't seem to be there against Tyson.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there because that's a whole different video. You know, I know he's going to compare himself to his night at Wembley compared to AJ's night at Wembley. And listen, that fight pretty much showed up for itself unless he has something else. But we'll do that in another video. Back to the counterpunching with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte knows Anthony Joshua. You know, and he gave Anthony Joshua respect. Like, hey, listen, I think that AJ had showed heart, which he did show heart. So for the people that thought AJ didn't show heart in that fight, you guys are tripping. You know what I mean? You just probably weren't AJ fans anyhow. You know what I mean? But, you know, there's a lot of those, you know. So for each reaction, you have a reaction. So I think that Dillian Whyte was right about that assessment, though. Just he did not expect Dillian Whyte to come that way. He thought Dillian Whyte was going to be tentative to come in, giving AJ time to think about what Daniel's going to do, because Daniel Dubois giving him time to think about what he's going to do, which he did not. He did not at all. He came at AJ like he said he was going to come at Usyk. Let me say that once again, people, if you missed it. He came at AJ like he said that he was going to come at Usyk. By any means necessary, I'm going to go in there throwing everything at him. I'm just going to go crazy now. That's exactly what he did. He went in there and did everything that he said he was going to do to someone else, but to another person. So I think that was hilarious. So, does it intrigue another fight between him and Usyk? I mean, it could, but, Usyk is a guy that pretty much figures you out. You can't handle the movement. You can't handle the speed, and his speed, is his power a lot of times. He's now a full-fledged middleweight. I mean, he is a full-fledged heavyweight. Okay, Usyk is, and I think, been listening to Tyson Fury so long, call him a middleweight. I called him a middleweight. But anyway, he's acclimated definitely to the weight class. So a guy that still is able to land with that type of speed is also coming with that type of power, because he's coming with that type of speed. Okay, so he was able to catch Dubois at times when Dubois didn't know he was going to get hit. And that's a hell of a thing. Okay, you get hit with a punch that you don't anticipate. That's always going to bring you by, or catch you by surprise. Now, are they similar? I mean, Daniel Dubois, I think Daniel Dubois and the old Daniel Dubois now and the old AJ. I don't mean this AJ now that's been with 4 or 5 different damn trainers and he just really doesn't know much, and I'll get to that later. I'm talking about the AJ that was with Rob McCracken, that Blitz guys, the one that was in Wembley Stadium, the one that did take on and defeat Vladimir Klitschko in a tough fight that lasted 11 rounds. That AJ and the current Daniel Dubois. Yes, they have similar styles. If you look at the styles, they are coming in with rapid, hard, 4 or 5 punch combinations. Okay, that's how they do it. That's how we are accustomed to seeing both guys. So, yes, Dillian Whyte is right to that degree, but this AJ doesn't fight like Francis Dubois. Okay, Dubois now fights like pretty much like OJ, but Dubois never really changed. He's just, found out, I guess, he went to Wizard of Oz and got some damn heart, because that's the only thing that he was lacking, right? Being himself, his heart, because a lot of people question his heart. But no, Dillian Whyte did give me some interesting things. You guys tell me below in the comments what you think about Dillian Whyte's take on Anthony Joshua being KO'd by Daniel Dubois. Of course, please subscribe. Please like and share. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!